introducing the new FEC240. It's a 240-pound capacity unit that's pellet-fired, one of the Fast Eddies by Cookshack units. And so today what we want to do is load it up with a fairly heavy load and let you see what that looks like. We're going to take about 80 pounds of pulled pork, doing Boston butts, and about 45 pounds of briskets, and cook those together in the unit. We've prepared the briskets. We've taken Packers trim briskets and we've split the two muscles so that we have the top piece that we're going to turn into burnt ends, and we have the flat that we'll then cook for sliced brisket. And then we'll show you the pork butts here in a minute, but I wanted to go ahead and show you getting those seasoned up. So for our flats, we want to inject those, and we're going to inject them with Butcher's Prime Injection. If you're not familiar with Butcher's Barbecue, he's out of Chandler, Oklahoma, makes a great product for injecting meat. And you can see sometimes they want to squirt out there at you. What we want to do is about every inch, we want to add just a little bit of injection into the brisket. This will really help trap the moisture into the brisket, give us a really beefy flavor, and really helps our yields out. Because the top muscle has so much fat marbled into it, we're not going to inject it. But we're going to take our briskets in and we're going to rub them with Cookshack brisket rub. And we just want a nice even coat across them. You'll note that I notched this brisket so that when we get ready to cut it, we'll know that this is the direction that we want to cut, so we're cutting against the grain. There's the bottom muscle, the flat, and then we'll do the top. And the point we want to season up pretty heavy. There's a lot of fat marbled into these points, and so we really want to season those up because they'll bleed out a lot of our seasonings as they cook. We'll be cooking these overnight in the FEC240. We're going to run a 3-stage cooking process that the new IQ5 controller allows us to do. And we'll smoke them for about 10 hours, and then we'll take and turn the temperature up into the cook mode and cook them at 250. And then we'll drop them into the hold cycle at 140 degrees. Next, we're going to take the 80 pounds of pork butts that we have to go in the smoker, and we're going to inject those also with Butcher's pork injection. And we just want to, once again, about every inch, we want to inject just a little bit of injection into it. And then we're going to season these with a little Fast Eddy Championship seasoning. And they're ready to go in the smoker. We've removed our meat out of the smoker, and we had about 140 pounds of pulled pork and beef briskets in there. We're going to finish off the burnt ends by brushing them off with a little bit of Cookshack mild barbecue sauce. We'll just brush that onto it. Now it's just like for that to just kind of soak in for a few minutes before we start to slice them. But burnt ends are typically done as cubes, and so we'll cube these up. I like to do about 1/2-inch cubes on our burnt ends. Makes a nice bite-sized piece. Our brisket flats then we're going to just slice, and as we trimmed them yesterday, we made a nice little cut in them so we know exactly which side to cut, so we're cutting across the grain. And you can see the nice pretty smoke ring that we have in our brisket slices. We'll take the Boston butts that we smoked now, and we'll break those down and do pulled pork out of those. And it's just a matter of pulling the meat apart and creating pulled pork out of them. And we'll just shred that up, makes great sandwiches, and go from there. If you'd like more information about the new FEC240 Cookshack smoker, give us a call at 1-800-423-0698 or visit us on the web at www.cookshack.com.